Hi, I'm Rick Kastner with SDI, and I'm coming to you today with another video. This time we're going to be talking about the general disassembly of a Remington 870 shotgun. The disassembly method for this shotgun will look very similar in a Mossberg 500 or Maverick 88. Those style of pump shotguns, it will be very similar. So let's get into it. First and foremost, you want to make sure your feeding device is clear, which in this case, you can't see them on this video or this side. I'll show you guys a little later in the video. But there's a follower that I can see at the bottom, a spring-loaded follower that I know that there's no rounds in the magazine tube. And I'm also going to physically and visually inspect the action as well as the chamber to make sure there are no live rounds in the chamber as well. So what we want to do is we want to close the action after we verify it's safe. At the front of the magazine tube, you'll have a nut here that you'll just turn and screw it all the way off to the end. That'll come off. Bring the action open just a bit. Then you're going to grab, you guys will remember from another video, from an earlier video, we did a review which will link into the description box below. We did an unboxing for one of our earlier courses where you'll receive a brass hammer and a set of brass punches. For this video, we're going to use these brass punches to take out these two pins here. And you guys can use a regular punch block, but if a punch block is not available to you, a roll of tape works just fine. So I'm just going to set this up here. Using finesse, we don't really want to whack on these pins, but we want to use just a little bit of finesse and just tap them out. Both forward and rearward pins. And if they don't come out on the back side, you just pull them the rest of the way out. After that, the trigger assembly should easily come out. All right, so where an 870 system differs from in disassembly method differs from the Mossberg or the Maverick. You can't just pull the slide out, the carrier slide, and the bolt out of the receiver. You actually have to bring the action forward, push in your shell stop, which are two pieces of spring steel on the side. You would push in your shell stop, and the whole assembly would come out to the front. So right here you have your carrier slide, which fits in, like we saw, fits onto these action bars in the fore end. The bolt will slide forward as you pull the fore end, and right here, once you get to the front, this bolt will be forward on that slide. You'll see this little protrusion right here. That protrusion helps this locking block engage into the locking surfaces into the chamber here. So you'll see this little cutout, this little groove right here. That's where these locking surfaces, you see how it mates in there, that bolt? This locking block will fit up inside that recess, and how that does it, or how that happens, this slide will fit in there like that. The bolt will be in the forwardmost position. When it contacts the breech, when the front of it contacts the breech here, it will slide to the rear, which will pivot this locking bolt up into the locking recess on the breech of the, which is, well, what's known as the barrel extension here, or the barrel shroud. And so that's what locks your system. So that's a safety mechanism, sealing the chamber and all those gases so they go to the front instead of rearward into your face. Here we have the magazine tube. Earlier I was talking to you guys about the spring-loaded follower. So once you see this follower right here and you can feel it, you know that the firearm, or at least the magazine tube, the feeding device, is empty of live ammunition. And here you just have the receiver gutted down as much as it can be, except for the ejector you have right here. And you have also 2 shell stops that are staked in place, so those won't come apart on normal disassembly. In the trigger system, you have your carrier, or your lifters, as some people would call them. Right here's what you call your carrier dog. Flip this to unsafe or on fire. And when you pull the trigger, you have your hammer, which will come up and strike the back of the firing pin right here, which will protrude out the front when the locking bolt is in the upward position. The firing pin will come out the front, strike the primer, and set the round off. If you like this content and you want to see more, be sure to like and subscribe to this video or to our channel, and be sure to check out sdi.edu for more information on our associates program as well as our certificate. And we look forward to seeing you at SDI, and welcome to the family.